Good morning. Good morning. Oh, I'm wearing my favourite summer dress this year. We're just getting ready, just packing up and tidying up. Not that we made a mess, we didn't, or I don't think we did. I just thought, I was having a funny thought, and I thought I'd come on and share it with you, and perhaps you would have a funny thought as well. I packed for autumn for this week, and we have had a heat wave, so maybe that's a secret. Pack the wrong clothes and you'll get the opposite weather. Now, for the knitters out there, and for the Stephen West knitters out there, there's going to be a new shawl, new make along in October, so next month, and hopefully it'll be cooler. I think it's called the Gradient shawl? Oh my word, I keep getting it wrong. I'll have to put it here. Is it the Gradient shawl? I think it's the Gradient shawl or geometric shawl, because that's what he's been releasing, his patterns. So I was kind of looking at my wardrobe. So I'll show you like what I brought, and I've lived in this dress, my other dress, and then I had one dress, but it was way too hot. I was looking at the colours, and then I'll show you my shawl, and perhaps I've decided on my colours. That's the point I was trying to get to. So these are my colours. If I hang something inside out, it normally means that I've worn it, and if I air it for a couple of days, I will wear it again. So I have my blouse, so I've got like pinky tones, orangey tones. I'll just put you inside my blouse so you can see. So I have that. I do have this dress, which is again inside out, but a favourite. Way too hot though this week. So I brought, this is quite wild for me, long sleeve tee. So you can kind of see my colour choices. This is a new Tesco special jumper, which I was kind of hoping to wear this week, but I'm not wearing it. It's too hot. And this as well, so I've got pinks and navies and purples, my good old favourite, my Whitmore, which is inside out, mustard, my mustard blouse. This is my dress inside out, because I didn't iron it before I came. And this is my dress. I don't think I've worn this. I wore it last year when Mr. Jackson and I were away and went out for our wedding anniversary. Yeah, I might have worn it at Christmas. And then my new colour in my wardrobe. So my wardrobe is changing, and I think I could get away with this. Let me show you my shawls. I have to show you my shawls holding the camera at this angle. So I've got my gold and cream. It has got sort of some flecks, different colour flecks in it. It's a pink fleck there. That's I can't remember what the pattern is. I'll have to put it down here. This is my Autumn Leaves shawl by Alex from My Yarny Corner. Very first and only crochet shawl that I've made. This is my Stephen West, my first and only Winter Lights. And then this one as well, I can't remember. I think I made this one and that one on the same year. Yes. Oh my word, it's so hot up here. So I think I'd really like to have a go this year, and with the pants he's been releasing, I think it's something that won't be too complicated. We've got a new baby coming in October, so I'm aware that my crafting time is there's already stuff that's priority to that, but I'd like to at least start, and then I can like to at least start, and even if I don't keep up, perhaps enjoy the process. Right, I'm going to go and show you around the garden, and then I think we're packing and going. Promised to show you this delightful garden. Come and have a look around the garden. So we've come out the kitchen door. Just turn the camera. Bear in mind that it's the end of summer here in England. We've just found out that it's only opened this summer, so the owners are working really hard to. This was all covered in brambles, you couldn't even see the house, so they're sort of reclaiming the garden back. So there's a beautiful young fig tree. I'm not sure if this is a hazel tree, but it's so peaceful here. Just beautiful, just beautiful. And this is what it's been like all week. So Mr. Jackson and I have been sitting here in our sun loungers, reading a book or two, and having maybe an ice cream or two. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, it's just, look. That's the dining area. Dining room, I should say. Oh my word, it is just so beautiful here, so peaceful, so tranquil. Really, really lovely. Really lovely. And the views are just amazing. Look at the mountains. Just beautiful. That's some kind of lily, I think. A palm. And then I think there's a rockery or something going on over here. The owner's horse is next door, which we've heard him baying. Just a complete sun trap wherever you sit during the course of the day. And this has been a lovely decking. We've got flower beds here, and that's where Mr. Jackson and I have spent a lot of time, just sitting, soaking up just the peace and quiet, really. Oh, there's a pair of my socks. And this is the tree with the birds that have been coming to the bird feeder, and that's been filled twice, and they have literally just eaten it. And we've seen all kinds of birds, blue tits, coal tits, bull finches, green, is it a green finch, oh, what's the one, yellow and red, oh my word, absolutely beautiful. I can't remember, but yes, beautiful. And just look at this is work in progress, but even now it's still lovely. I love gladioli. Yeah, and we got the apple trees, loads of apple trees in the garden, and I could hear a crunching last night, and I went out to investigate. Yeah, because apples are falling off the tree, and I went out to investigate, and there was a badger just standing there munching his way along. My husband had seen him the other night, so I was aware that something was out here. I mean, look at these flowers. Hopefully the camera's going to pick them up. You can tell that it's hot. They can tell that it's hot. Is this a salvia? Yeah. And the fuchsias they're dry. They are dry. But look at these. Are these Lazy Susan? No, that's something on you put on the dining room table, isn't it? Something, yeah, if you know, let me know below. Look at these. Oh, these trees are just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I should imagine they're quite old as well. So that's the gate. So Mr. Jax is just starting to do the packing. Yeah, the garden literally just wraps around. Oh. Yeah, that's where we've been sitting, just down there. Yeah, we've been so happy here. We've had a really, really lovely, relaxing, chilled, stress-free week. Perfect, absolutely perfect. I'm just sitting there with my sunglasses on. That'll be very good, won't it? Mr. Jax has put what's it called? Where you write like a review and everything. So I've just got to copy it in my handwriting. Where should I put it? Let's just put it there. I thought we'd just, admire the dresser. There's been everything here, everything that we could have wished for. It's not too hot. One of the things was like a really, really good bookcase of books. I had brought my books. I'd finished one all. I've got 30 pages, I think, so I didn't bring it with me. I'll go home and finish that tonight or over the weekend. There's two here that one I'd seen, I haven't bought it. but I've read so much and I'm going to order this. So this is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. So that was a really nice read. What did I get? 24 pages. That's what I read. And then this one I really enjoyed. This is by Tracy Chevalier. And she's the author of The Girl with a Pearl Earring. And it's a single thread. And this is based between the First World War and the Second World War. So she's one of those surplus women because so many men were unfortunately killed during the First World War. There wasn't enough to go around, so there was a lot of like spinsters, and life for a woman at that time was very different. Yeah, so yeah, I've sat and I've read some of that, so I need to order that. So if I show this on here and if I say I'm up to page 134, I'll know where I am. Right, I thought I'd just bear with me. Give you an update on my projects, where I'm up to. Brought with me, that's all going to go to pot. Brought with me my Stephen West socks. Before I sort of cast on my autumn projects, I put a video up last week, and they're on my plans of what I would like to do, and I really want to achieve that, but I just need to get a couple of things off my needles. One of them is the second sock for the Contrast Blast sock by Stephen West, which, yeah, I was so busy in July and I really shouldn't have cast them on, but why shouldn't I? Because I just wanted to join in. A lot of controversy over these because he's got great big, I don't know what size feet he has, I don't know whether he said, is he like an 11 or a 12? So I've knitted these, haven't kitchened them because I think this isn't as the pattern says. I've seen somebody and theirs is different to mine, so it could be that I follow the pattern and they haven't, or the other way around, which I think it'd be the other way around. You know, sometimes you just sort of, I don't know, cast on, you're like, yeah, I know what to do, and then you do something totally different. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And these are only a starting point, aren't they? A pattern. You find what works for you. So my goal for these socks, I think I had cast on the, I definitely did the cuff, and I think I might have worked like the first sort of pattern repeat, I think, and I wanted to get up to like the heel. And I don't know about you, for any sock knitters that are out there, and especially, I don't suppose it matters really, once you get past that heel, you're on the home stretch. So I started decreasing. For my heel, I started on a cable work. Really like that detail in his sock pattern. So yes, so I think once I've got this bit, I'm on clue 3, so I think once I've finished this section, the rest will be fairly straightforward. So I love the colours that I've picked. Yeah, so I'll be pleased I'll get those. I do have a pair of socks on my needles. I think I'm on the foot, they're only like a vanilla pair, and I would like those for Yarndale, but I really want to have a go at the Puffle socks by Alex from My Yarny Corner, but these have to be finished before I can do it because I don't want them just to languish. And they're going to be a pair of, like, I don't know, house socks, I think. You know, when you get out of the bath in the winter and you just need something extra warm. So that's that. I have cast on one of my autumn projects, and it's the, bear with me, I had to move the bag. The Hear It for the Boy, it's good, isn't it? Hear It for the Boys, Mal, that's run by Kevin and Ray from Needles at the Ready. They're two lovely guys, and I really like the idea of that make along, because normally the majority of our knitting, I suppose, is predominantly for females, I think, or perhaps if we knit socks, maybe that we will make those for the men in our family. So our Benjamin is going to be 4 this month, next week, and he had asked me a little while ago if I would make him something. I said, of course, darling. So this is what I'm making. I've shown this before, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but he has specified a cardigan. So that is what we're having. So I thought, right, okay. He's not going to get it for his birthday because I just got overwhelmed with things, and then we had like I didn't do any knitting or anything after for about 2 weeks in the end of August. So I am behind, but I was lucky that the back of that cardigan is all moss stitch. So this is how far I've got for him. I have got something when I go home. I'm going to sew the buttons on. I made him a cardigan last year and I blocked it and it stretched. I really wasn't happy. Have you ever had that experience when you make something, you're really excited, and especially if it's something perhaps you've not tried before or you're not that confident, and there was a bit of colour work, and I don't know why I'm not that confident. Obviously I haven't done a load, but I underestimate myself so much, and I'm not like boasting there, but I am a lot more capable than what I think I am, which I think is just true for many of us. Oh, I think that's Mr. Tax, bear with me. I think he must have heard me. So I got it. I threw it in the corner. Well, laid it on the chair rather. I'm just exaggerating a bit there, and I haven't really looked at it. And I did get it out. Well, yeah, just before Bailey passed, and I was talking to Benjamin about it. I said, let's just have a look at this. You're probably going to be too big for this now. You've grown, and I think it's a blessing in disguise because it does fit him. He's tried it on in his little face. And that's what it is for me. If I make something, especially if it's for my grandchildren, and they still would like me to make something, and they wear it, and I wear it with pride and they're happy. Like my grandma made me that. It makes me all feel like warm and fuzzy. So I'm going to sew the buttons on. And I did say to him last week, before we come away on holiday, Grandma is going to knit you that cardigan you want, but it won't be ready for your birthday. Will that be okay? Because it's going to be a really big cardigan that I've got to make you this time because you're going to be full. And he was like, no, it's fine, Grandma. I said, you will get it. So, don't know, all that for this. So that is in moss stitch. And when I first started podcasting and when I was knitting beforehand and watching podcast knitters, I really undervalued my skills and my projects. Because if you're making a cardigan or jumper, even if it is for a small person, you're still using the same skills as you would for like an adult's cardigan. And it might be even, if you want to make a garment, to try and understand the construction maybe, to make something and perhaps in a neutral colour. And you can have anything unisex now, so it doesn't matter whether, so much now, I think whether the button band is on the left or right. I think it's one size for the girls, one size for the men's. So where's mine? Right, so my button band is on my left and I'm a girl, so I assume that if I was a boy, a button band would be on my right and go over. I'll have to go and, I was about to say I'll go and rub the husband's chest. That's not very appropriate, is it? You know what I mean. So I've done that. And I'm very happy. I would have, I think, got a bit further if my clicker thing hadn't broken, but I've achieved what I set out to. So that's good. So that's the right side, but that seems massive for him, bless him. If I've not knitted him a cardigan since last year, it probably does. And then I think this is about an hour's work this morning, and this is the left front. Yeah, the left front. So you can just see the cables starting to come. Obviously, with it being so variegated, it's not going to stand out that much, but I really love the stitch definition, and I think this is going to be really lovely. I love the colour. Yeah, it's going to suit him to a T. So when I get home, I'll phone his mum and show her the little bit that I've done. So what I'm aiming to do, I just need to check, I need to ask his permission, because we've got this new baby coming in October and we've got a baby shower and I'm behind with my knitting. I'm wondering if it'd be okay for me to perhaps do an hour a day just on this, and as that's the front, yeah, one of the side panels, it'll look like I've made a lot more progress. And I'm using this Starcraft batik, which I'm really enjoying knitting. And I'm glad that I've knitted it from stash, and that even though it isn't for my grandson as I was intending, it is for a grandson. So keeping it in the family, which is good. Right, let me get another project. Right, and I have my mystical lanterns. I keep saying I'm falling behind. There's no police. If I just say I'm going to make something and then I don't get around to it, it's not really going to matter unless I've promised something. You know, like promised Benjamin he's going to get a cardigan. So it's better I do little and often. So this is my Jane Crow mystical lanterns, and I think I picked it up in June. I'd only had 3 rows. I think I managed to get another 3 on, so that was 6. And I think in total I've got to get up to 15. So this week, so I've had the extra time because I haven't had any housework to do, or minimal housework, and no granny babies and no running around. So yes, maybe this row represents that part of my life. Oh God, look. Aren't these lovely? And these are in Starcraft Special. No, that what else? Starcraft. It's the one that's got the wool in. Not Starcraft Special, Starcraft. I can't remember. I'm getting too hot and bothered now. It's because I'm looking at the camera because I've only got 32 minutes of storage left. Oh wow! And the whole idea is you have all your balls. I think there's 6 different. I think there's 6 different colours, and 6 or 9 different colours, and you pick 4 out, put them in another bag or box, then pick another 4, keep going, and then put them all back in and start again. So Mr. Jackson's worked out the maths. So in theory, you should never have to have one that's repeated, unless you have a moment. So, yeah. Oh my word, aren't they pretty? Some of these colours like I just wouldn't have put together. But when you see them finished, they're lovely. Lovely. And that's it. So I'm very happy where I am. I haven't been mad busy with all my projects, but I feel like I have made some progress. Sorry. And there's one new cast on, one project I've nearly finished. That's my socks. So I'll get that finished within the next week. I'll just chip away at it bit by bit, and then I've got my granny square socks. So I'll give you a sneak peek. They're finished, and they were such a joy to make. They will not be my last ones. So if you want to bring crochet and knitting together, and it's a good, well, these are my ends here. Look at those. Oh my word. Yeah, what I should have done is I should have weighed them first of all, and then I would know exactly how much yarn I would need. But I've watched Earth Toned Girls while I was here, and she has just made the most gorgeous, gorgeous pair over the summer. It's supposed to be, the idea behind them is supposed to be scrappy, but she's coordinated them all beautifully, and they're stunning. I think they're is it Autumn Vibes or something? I think her yarn was. Yeah. So I normally block all my socks. We've got an Arga. It was in the house when we arrived, when we bought it. So once I was watching all these podcasts and things, that's what I did. We've not had the Arga on. We toyed with putting it on before we left my daughter and her husband and Benjamin, looking after the dogs, because we didn't want them to be like cold, because it was a bit wet. I'm so pleased that we didn't put it on. Right, look, isn't that lovely? I feel a little bit like Paula, but I've not got her beautiful dark hair and big eyes that she's got. But yeah, we've got all the dogs, and she's got all different kinds of animals. She's doing September vlogs at the moment, so go and have a look at Paula, check her out. I'm sure you all know who she is. And Alex is doing September vlogs, and if there is anybody else that is doing September vlogs, please let me know. Leave me a comment down below. And also, One of the things I forgot to mention in my podcast last week about September, autumn, is that Yondale is coming up. And if I'm going with my daughter, we've got a little cottage and we're staying there. So if you see me, please come up and say hello. And it'd be lovely to put a name to a face or just meet you in person. And don't worry if you're shy, because I'm shy as well. So if I have a funny face on, it's because I'm shy. But I would love to meet you. So I'll leave you now. We're going home this afternoon, and I'm hoping to start editing this over the weekend and then put them up. I would love to have one up for, say, Sunday, but we've got a wedding to go to tomorrow night, and we have, what else have we got? We've got Benjamin's family birthday party. It's early before his birthday, but Mum wanted it before the weather turned. If it'd be like this, it'd be glorious. Right, so I'll say goodbye now. So look after yourself, take care, happy crafting, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye my lovelies, bye.